We invite you to watch how we clear the views on all matters through our partner station MITV on DSTV channel 255, 7 p.m. daily, and also our YouTube and Facebook pages under one name, Clearview News Desk every day. We call it the People's News, as we are available to come over and cover your events upon notice. Or do you have news you want us to broadcast? Send it in. We verify and go to town with it. All for you. Go ahead, engage us to thrash out those naughty issues on the news. And what we need from you is to share and subscribe. More important, convince your loved ones, friends, relatives, co-worshippers, and more to subscribe so as to be getting notifications as we break the news. Go a step further, like the news, and drop your thoughts on the comment section. Clearview News. We clear the view one time and for all time.
Hello and welcome to Clearview News Desk. We are reaching you live from Nigeria's capital city, Abuja. First, the headlines.
Troop of monkeys save 6-year-old girl from rape attempt in India. Face your front and leave Edo people alone. Dancehall singer Cynthia Morgan blasts Davido over comment on governorship election. Business mogul Aliko Dangote regrets not buying Arsenal when his interest lies with owning a football club.
I am Gloria Atta with these and more. Welcome. The Nigeria Civil Society Situation Room has criticized the collation of results in Saturday's Edo State governorship election, citing lack of transparency and credibility in the process. Clearview's Florence Joshua was at the press briefing and brings us details.
The Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) declared Monday Akpabalo of All Progressive Congress (APC) the winner with 291,667 votes. Addressing members of the press, Election Situation Room co-convener Mimido Achakpa alleged that the INEC guidelines were compromised, with representatives of the candidate denied access to the collation process. She highlighted several cases of overvoting and result cancellations.
Collation process. The Situation Room and its partners are concerned that the provisions of the Electoral Act 2022 and guidelines of the Independent National Electoral Commission on collation process appear to have been compromised in the Edo State Governorship Election 2024. As with previous elections, the collation process in this election is again a weak link. Our observation of the collation process shows that it was not transparent nor opened to representatives of the various candidates in some cases. In addition, is a lacking of transparency in the application of the provision of the Electoral Act and the INEC guidelines on overvoting and cancellation of results from polling units. This raised major questions on the lack of clarity and uniformity in the application of rule on cancellation of ballots across different local government areas. Indeed, the report of many collation venues operating in darkness is also questionable. Reports of Situation Room member organizations, including from Yaga Africa's process and results verification for transparency and KDI's ballots integrity project, reveal contradictions between the final results declared and the results declared at the polling unit level results in some local government areas. This occurrence was particularly observed in Ego, Ikpobaoka, Oredo, Esan West, and Ovia South West local government areas. Clearly, The case for re-verification of a number of those results in which there was no fidelity between polling units' declared results and what was tabulated at collation centers was made, and INEC ought to have ordered an immediate verification to ascertain the veracity of the observations.
You had instances where collation was moved from the point of collation to another location. And so we do not have clarity on the application of rules on cancellation of ballots to be sure that there was uniformity in the application of those rules.
The Situation Room and its member organization calls on INEC to investigate polling officials and collation officers involved in the violations of the guidelines on results collation. 2. INEC to clarify the inconsistencies in some of the results from the local government areas identified in the observation reports.
Observers reveal contradictions between results from polling units in several local government areas and the final result declared by INEC. Cases of overvoting has also been reported in over 370 polling units. Mimi, though, has questioned the ability of INEC to conduct credible elections, calling for investigations of polling officials and clarification on inconsistent results. She also urged security agencies to provide updates on arrests made and disciplinary actions taken. Findings of the Situation Room cast doubt on the credibility of the election, echoing concerns about Nigeria's electoral process.
The Oba of Benin, Oba Ewuari II, has debunked a claim by Adams Oshiomhole that the monarch advised him against the candidature of the incumbent governor, Godwin Obaseki, in 2016.
Speaking while prostrating, Senator Adams Oshiomhole claimed that the Benin monarch advised him against picking Obaseki as his successor in 2016.
Your Royal Majesty, I would like to remain on my knees. First, to apologize to Your Majesty for my poor judgment when, in spite of your clear advice to the contrary, I stubbornly and wrongly supported a man who I thought, being a living man, would respect the tradition, the custom, the energy, the brilliance, the creativity, and the respect of tradition by any loving living man and indeed any educated man when I presented Obaseki against your advice.
Responding, the Benin monarch said he never advised Adams Oshiomhole against Obaseki's candidature.
I said I won't say so much here. I told them, and I'm trying to restrain myself because anything that will bring any difficulty for my son and my family because I want to avoid it. But I have to correct it when you say against my advice. I never said anything against Obaseki when you brought him. You will recall, this one is your witness when you came to introduce it to me. You talked about to do much against my father.
Recall Governor Godwin Obaseki had in 2016 assumed office on the platform of the APC. 4 years later, he was re-elected under the platform of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, and won. It was the desire of the outgoing governor to help PDP retain Edo as its stronghold, but the APC sent a clear message: give us what you took away in 2020. Imefon Okon, reporting for Clever News.
Now, ex-national chairman of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Prince Uche Secondus, has said 2027 election may never come into our political lives because the ruling All Progressives Congress APC has murdered and buried democracy. Secondus said this in a statement signed by his media advisor, Ike Aboyin, in Abuja on Tuesday. The former PDP chairman was reacting to the conduct and outcome of last Saturday's Edo State gubernatorial election. He said the election saw to it that every rule was turned upside down to deliver the APC candidate at all costs. According to him, there was every indication that the ruling party is on a mission to murder and bury democracy in Nigeria. Hence, the former PDP boss described what took place in Edo State last weekend as electoral fraud exhibited without any regard for the rule of law and respect for the voters. Still in Edo State, former dancehall singer Cynthia Morgan has criticized popular Afrobeat singer Davido over his statement on Edo State gubernatorial election. Davido, in a series of tweets, questioned the police directive asking Edo citizens to return home immediately after casting their votes. The singer also labeled the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) as the most dangerous institution in Nigeria and urged Edo residents not to be intimidated. In response to critics questioning his involvement, Davido explained that his mother is from Edo State, which foils his interest in the election. Davido expressed his frustration with INEC, calling the institution a shame and praying for God's intervention to help the citizens. However, Cynthia Morgan took to her Instagram story to respond to Davido's comments. Morgan questioned his claims about his Edo heritage, stating that she has never seen him visit his family in the state, nor has he mentioned the village or family he claims to be from. Morgan further accused Davido of using the election as a propaganda tool, imploring him to leave the Edo people alone. She emphasized that Davido is not from Edo State and does not understand the struggles of the average Edo citizen. Away from the politics in Edo State, the Christian Association of Nigeria (CAN) has announced plans to convene its leaders to address growing concerns and outrage over the kinds of testimonies shared on the altars in Pentecostal churches across the country. Lagos State Chairman of CAN, Stephen Adegbite, said that the religious association would convene on 27 September to address the matter. The decision is coming on the heels of viral videos of outrageous or seemingly exaggerated testimonies shared in churches, particularly the recent viral exam malpractice testimony by a Lord's Chosen Charismatic Revival Ministries congregant. We have the details.
Something entered my back, lifted me up. He carried me like a aeroplane from now to maybe Shariro Express there. When he reached there, he dropped me. When he dropped me, I tried to look. Something that carried me. When I look, it was lion.
It was what?
Lion.
Lion.
In the past few weeks, the Lord's Chosen Charismatic Revival Ministries has been the subject of an ongoing viral trend tagged "I Am a Chosen." The trend began after video clips of church members narrating their testimonies surfaced on the internet, generating mixed reactions among social media users. In one of the videos, a member claimed that an angelic-looking man appeared to her in the examination hall and gave her answers to some questions. Another member claimed that a lion miraculously saved him from kidnappers. A female member also stated how she fought off some armed men in her dream.
They released gun AK-47, then shot my husband on the chest. And I say, I am a choosy, the God of my personal power, where are you? They say I should keep quiet. I say, where is the God of my personal power? They shot in the fourth one, the gun could not penetrate.
These viral testimonies, which the testifiers claimed miraculously occurred after the phrase "I am a chosen" was shouted in their dreams, contributed to a popular social media trend, with popular celebrities, skit makers, comedians and social media influencers joining in.
98,000.
I'm a choosing. Right seller, who are you? Carry this right and put it into my wheelbarrow for free now. Ask that one too.
Amid skepticism and heated discussions among Nigerians about the authenticity of these divine encounters, the Lord's Chosen Charismatic Revival Ministry, through its head of public relations and media, Pastor Chidi Lewis, debunked the viral footages and described them as fabricated, while urging Nigerians to visit the church's platform and listen to the complete testimonies for better understanding. In a swift reaction to the trend, the Christian Association of Nigeria (CAN) announced plans to convene to address growing concerns and outrage over the kinds of testimonies shared on the altar. Lagos State Chairman of CAN, Stephen Adegbite, said that the religious association would convene on 27 September to address the matter thoroughly.
A magistrate court sitting in Oshiomhole, Osun State, has sentenced an artisan, Sunday Ejo, to 6 months in correctional custody for stealing 3 tubers of yams. Ejo, who disclosed that he specializes in aluminium work, was docked on Monday on account of stealing. Police prosecutor ASP Jacob Akintunde informed the court that the convict committed the said offense on Sunday, September 22, 2024, at Okini in Egbedore local government area of Osun State. He said the 3 tubers of yam valued 3,000 naira belonged to one Olawole Durojaye, and the offense was contrary to section 390 subsection 9 of Criminal Code Cap 34 volume 2, Law of Osun State, Nigeria 2002. The convict, who did not have a legal representative, pleaded guilty to the offense, saying, "I am hungry and I have a family." Akintunde stated that police recovered a cutlass and slippers, among others, from him. The presiding magistrate, M.A. Olatunji, sentenced him to 6 months imprisonment with an option of a 25,000 naira fine. If you're just joining us, you're watching the news on Clearview News Desk. We will be back after this break. Stay with us.
We break the news.
This is Christ Embassy.
Recollect, we were the first to break this. Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf of Kano State has approved the appointment of 3 second-class emirs. And this?
Erasmus is the most successful program of the European Union to support education and youth.
And this?
Fubara is not an ungrateful person.
And more.
Tension is currently mounting in Rivers State.
The planned arraignment of Yaya Bello.
Across our platforms. Subscribe now and you will be receiving our notifications and never left out as the news breaks on Clearview.
The Civil Society Legislative Advocacy Center, CISLAC, has sounded the alarm on the devastating impact of illicit financial flows on African economies, particularly in Nigeria. According to its report, supported by the European Commission, billions of dollars meant for critical sectors like education, healthcare, and infrastructure are being funneled out of the continent through secret networks. Clearview's Florence Joshua was at the launch of the Shadow Networks.
Reports reveal that Africans' abundant resources are being drained by shadow networks, leaving behind weakened economies and deepening inequality. According to reports, commercial practices constitute the largest of sources of IFFs from Africa 65%, with crime standing at 30% and corruption at 5%. Additionally, lawyers, real estate agents, custom officials, and corporate service providers have been identified as key facilitators of illicit fund laundering.
Fundamentally, every year, I will say annually, about $90 billion is siphoned from Africa, to other parts of the world, in terms of IFF. When I mean IFF, I mean illicit financial flow. And then when you look at illicit financial flow, we have enablers, we also have the drivers. So the report itself, fundamentally focuses on enablers of IFF across, the world, with Nigeria in local contact. Out of the $19 billion, siphoned annually from African continent, to other parts of the world in terms of IFF, about 20% of the figure belongs to Nigeria alone. And you begin to wonder, how does this one impact, Nigeria? Of course, it impacts Nigeria in terms of social, development, in terms of social investment, in terms of allocation to critical sectors. So when you hear that our budget is being, underfunded, we begin to borrow money to finance, our national budget. It's not because of anything. The money is available, but it's being siphoned, carted away out of the country. So we are focusing on enablers. Where are those enabling, these crimes, within Nigeria? We have bankers. We have real estate, agents. We also have the issue of the role of financial, agents. We also have the role of, other things that also pave way, like a POS operators. We also have the role of, forest, just like inadequate regulation of forest market. In terms of exchange of money, in forest market in Nigeria. Those are the fundamental, enablers, in Nigeria.
We're just talking about money that is meant for the public that has been flowing out. And if you check the contribution of Web3, when did Web3 become a major theme of conversation? It's the early 2010s. And we're talking about up to, was it 50 billion that was stated?
Yeah, 50 now, up to close to 90 billion now.
Close to 90 billion.
90 billion, yes.
So if you check the contribution of Web3 to it, it's I won't say insignificant, but it's less than the other traditional methods that we have been using and we are still using. So if we are able to tackle the other ones, then we do is only Web3. That is even still a global conversation.
To address this issue, CISLAC has laid out 8 key recommendations which include enhancing political will by ensuring anti-corruption agencies operate independently, strengthening legal frameworks through robust anti-money laundering and counter-terrorism financing laws, and promoting public sector integrity through strong asset declaration and transparency measures. Other recommendations include leveraging technology to reduce corruption and track illicit funds, regulating non-bank financial institutions, fostering cross-border cooperation to prevent safe havens for IFFs, and supporting African-led research to develop tailored solutions. Executive Director CISLAC, Rafsanjani, emphasized the need for collaboration across government sectors, financial institutions, civil society, and the private sector to dismantle these networks. Findings of the report and its recommendation underscores the urgency needed in addressing IFFs, which drain foreign exchange reserves, affect asset prices, distort competition, and undermine economic stability. Florence Joshua reporting for Clearview News Desk.
The President and Chief Executive of Dangote Group, Alhaji Aliko Dangote, has expressed his regret for not buying Arsenal when his interest lies with owning a football club. He said he wished he had bought the English side club when the team was valued at around $2 billion. Speaking in an interview, the billionaire business mogul explained that he missed out on buying Arsenal by committing his resources to the refinery project. According to him, what he will do next is to be supporting Arsenal always as he watches their matches regularly. Dangote had in 2020 made known his intention to go for the North London club after his refinery project. The billionaire business mogul, who has now rested his ambition to take over at Emirates Stadium, founded the Dangote Group, the largest conglomerate in West Africa.
I think that time has passed. At the last time when we had this interview, I told you that, yes, as soon as I finish with the refinery, I'm going to try and buy Arsenal. But the issue is that, everything has gone up. And the clubs too, they're all doing very well. Arsenal is doing extremely very well. That time, Arsenal wasn't doing well. I think, I don't have that kind of excess liquidity to go and buy a club for $4 billion, so to speak, and use it as a promotional something. And I'd rather do something with the money. What I will do, I will continue to be biggest fan of Arsenal. I watch their games every day. Anytime that they are playing, I will watch. So I will remain a major supporter of Arsenal, but I don't think if it makes sense today to buy Arsenal.
Do you regret not buying it before? Last time we spoke?
Actually, I regret not buying it before, but my money was more needed in completing my project than buying Arsenal.
So you would have bought it, for $2 billion?
I would have bought it for $2 billion, yeah, but I wouldn't have been able to finish my project. So it's either finish your project or go and buy Arsenal.
And on the foreign scene, a troop of monkeys have reportedly intervened to save a 6-year-old girl from a rape attempt in India. According to reports, a man lured the UKG student to an abandoned house and attempted to assault her before he was forced to flee by a horde of monkeys. Local police said the incident came to light after the girl's parents filed a complaint, leading to the suspect being charged under the POCSO Act. Meanwhile, the accused is still at large. And that's the news. But before we go, a recap of the top stories.
A troop of monkeys have reportedly intervened to save a 6-year-old girl from a rape attempt in India. Former dancehall singer Cynthia Morgan has criticized popular Afrobeat singer Davido over his statement on Edo State gubernatorial election. We also told you that the president and chief executive of Dangote Group, Alhaji Aliko Dangote, has expressed his regret for not buying Arsenal when his interest lies with owning a football club.
You can follow up on latest events and happenings around you via our social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Clearview News Desk or via our handle on X, formerly known as Twitter, at Clearview Online. Many thanks for joining us. I am Gloria Atta. Bye for now.